Marcus and Dedrick and Vando and you know, Luke, as well as Chris, you know, all have done a great job. You know, I think we all done a great job of handling that situation because, you know, not too many, you know, other rooms across the country probably could handle that. You know what I mean?
What did Bray say to you today about handling the roles?
It was just, you know, he said whatever your role is, you know, do it. Try to be the best you can be, you know, and he challenged guys every day, and guys that are on special teams, you know, the scout team guys, as I said earlier, you know, challenging those guys to get better and not wasting his year. And, you know, it's kind of fun. I'm glad it's my senior year because Bray always like, you know, I got this kid coming in so-and-so next year, so you better get – you're right. So, I mean, it's, you know, it's a very competitive room, you know what I mean? And, you know, Bray loves all his guys, but he wants the best guys out there, and that's how it is. I mean, this isn't Pop Warner football anymore. It's not everybody gets, you know, at least 5 plays, you know what I mean, or mom's going to come on the field, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to earn their time, and I think we all earn time. That's why you've seen the way we've, you know, split our roles.
You know, you've talked about your room and you've talked about your guys. It takes a few weeks for a team to find their identity. Are you happy with the direction that, you know, that identity's going?
Oh yeah, more than anything, I'm happy with the direction we're going. I think on all sides of all the ball, you know, we have a different type of attitude out there. I think offensive line wise, you're seeing those guys really starting, you know, get going in those third and fourth quarters, which you see traditionally with Nebraska offensive lines is, you know, being able to end those games the way they did. You know, that's a big credit to them, and that's just a big mentality we kind of took into the offseason. You know, we want to get back to being a physically dominant football team, and you can tell with the guys, the way the guys look, you know, coming out of the offseason and just the approach we took to the weight room and Mark Phillip and his guys. You know, that's definitely one of the things we want to get back to is being a physical defense, and I think we've shown that over the past 3 weeks. We got to continue to do that and just continue to play fast.
Back to the role stuff for a minute. I see Mo Berry kind of championed a bit to play more. There's probably a lot of teams in which he would play a lot more than he does. Even Tyron, who's kind of being selfish and taking a redshirt year. How much optimism do you have for some of these younger guys that are going to follow in your footsteps?
Oh, I have a lot of optimism. You know, right now, you know, they have. You know, that's the thing about being young. You have a lot more to learn than you think you do. You know what I mean? And that's nothing on those guys or anybody that's in that situation because it's all similar. You know what I mean? It's just those in the game experiences that you don't really have. Maybe that, you know, that we keep your fingers or if there's other things. But those two guys are doing a great job. You know, taking the year, especially Tyron. You know, being able to focus on. You know, his technique. You know, fundamentals. I think also just being around that young group of guys and you know, more than anything, I told him is be that leader. You know what I mean? Scout team, that could be a grind. You know what I mean? The whole year just being there, and it's like, man, another week. I'm just got to be out here giving looks to the offense. You know, but, you know, I told him, you know, take advantage of that. You know what I mean? That's how you build that rapport. You know, coming into your junior, sophomore year, whatever year you get out there on the field. It's like, okay, we know we've heard Tyron's voice on the field. He's confident. We can trust him. This is our leader out there. You know what I mean? So. You can take any type of thing like that. You know, it's just the small stuff you can work on. You know, building camaraderie with those young guys. You know, helping those young linebackers out, and Greg and Nell and Quayshawn. Even though Quayshawn's hurt right now, but you know, him doing that and then Mo learning from us older guys. You know, I think it's going to be a big help for those guys in the future.
Question about road teams: What makes a good road team? Like when you guys have been good on the road, what makes it good?
Just a mindset. I think a mentality is just a business trip. You know what I mean? I think you can get, you know, caught up in you know, the travel and, you know, the hotel and just a new environment and then getting to the stadium and all of that. But you just want to approach it as a business trip. As much as you can, make it as normal as possible. Not try to get outside of yourself because you're in a new environment. You know, I know for me that's the best way I can approach a road game is just try to make it feel as much as a home game as possible. You know, try to keep my routine. And, you know, not to make too much of a big deal out of it. You know, it's still football in the end. You just got to go out there and enjoy it, really.